Guys, welcome back to The Art of Nothing, where Simi's good at art and also good for nothing. Joined as always by the host with the most music on. Joined as always by the host with the most lies, still trying to figure out if he's into girls or guys. The walking contradiction. You know it's a Simi story because it'd always be fiction. Supples.
Yes, that was an intro.
That was off the top of the dome too.
That was a nice intro. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty spot on.
That was top of the dome too.
Sorry, I just take me out for two of these, please, Tash. Nothing's for free in here.
All right, bro. Mental health check-in. How are you this week?
Man, I'm really good.
What's your favorite part of the week been?
I mean, every second of every day. Where do I start? Maybe it was when the delivery guy didn't bloody want to answer any of my calls to deliver any art that he's got holding on in his bloody shed. Nah, everything's good, man. Yeah, mental health is pretty good. I'm in this like weird spot where I'm like waiting for things to like sort of happen. So I'm just trying to like make sure I'm ready for these certain things. So yeah.
Anything you want to talk about? Like,
mental health wise, no, not really. No. Sometimes it's like, what was that old Kiwi television show that always like they like broke down like old
Mataku. The scary one?
Scary ass.
Bro, that was the show, eh?
Scary. But yeah, mental health is really, really good.
We good? Just keep that in anyway. All right, guys, I've got an action-packed show for you guys today. A little bit of planning for the boys. So rolled up to the Banksy exhibition. Obviously, if you don't know who Banksy is, do you want to talk about who he is?
Yeah, Banksy's this graffiti artist who obviously like no one really knows. It's hearsay. It's this guy. It's that guy. It's this guy. That's that. So I think that's what gives him his like pizzazz. You know, yep. A lot of famous people have purchased his art. He does like these weird exhibitions, not actually in galleries. Majority of the time, it's out on the street. So he did this one in New York one time, which I fucking love. I think it was every day he would go out and do something around the city, and then someone would find it. So like a lot of his stuff has actually been stolen because as soon as people see it, like he'll post it on Instagram within half an hour. People have
everyone's ram there, eh? It's crazy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like initially what I believe has happened is that things don't happen by mistake. So like say for example, he goes and puts something up there and then it gets slammed by media, and then I believe the whole process is run by Banksy's team. I don't think it's just him one person anymore.
No way.
I think there's like a whole the massive team behind it, it's pretty crazy because you're letting people in to such a like a sacred spot. So if one of those guys would get a sour taste in his mouth and go, oh, fuck this, like I'm out, and just go and tell the whole world what's going on. So like it has to be a really trusted circle, which I find super interesting.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do, especially in today's day and age of social media. Everyone just wants to talk about what they know. And there'll be people trying to bribe him off for that type of thing. Eh? Bro, we're in, I sort of said it on your Instagram, we're in Bristol, where he's from, in 2013. I just kind of figured out who Banksy was, and I was getting into him there. And me and Dylan Harper were cruising around the city and trying to find all his artwork. But I think that's the cool thing about him, that no one actually knows who he is. And like you said, like a lot of his art exhibitions are not let's rock up to a gallery and look at it, even though you went to one, but he does like cool stuff. And a couple ones that stick out for me is the other one in New York when he was in Central Park. It wasn't him, but there was a guy selling Banksy paintings, and he was selling them for like 10, 20 bucks or something crazy like that. And once they all sold out, he jumped on his website and goes, hey, if you cop one of these are actually legit and these are from me. So I find all that stuff cool.
Yeah.
Storytelling, It's storytelling.
Yeah, and you never know with him as well. Like we were walking through the, I don't think you may have not have seen it. There's a documentary called like Exit Through the, you know when you go somewhere and you go through like they have the stuff you can buy, like toys and...
Yeah, Exit for the gift store.
Gift store, yeah. There's a Banksy documentary called Exit Through the Gift Shop. And I was walking through and I was like, fuck, it wouldn't be far from like maybe potentially him putting a piece of art in here or something that, you know, if someone... Because we all got invited to that. So I was thinking like maybe he put something in there that someone purchases that then becomes like one of his pieces. But who knows? But yeah, his storytelling is like... It's so amazing to see it in person actually, like, because you see it so much online, and like you sort of just don't really think about the story behind it. But he had these little barcodes next to it with like a little write-up on it. But you could sort of tell it off straight off the bat by looking into the picture, the painting, the art, what story he was trying to tell.
Yeah, and he does really cool things, like there'll be a big sign of parking and he'll cross out the ING, and then on the A he'll have a girl on a swing, so it changes the word from park. And have you watched a doco of him back in the day where he got into that graffiti wall with that Robbo and that Robbo guy ended up getting jumped, eh?
Yeah, I think he got put into like a coma or something, and
I'm not sure if he ever got out.
No, he's dead.
Gone?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's sad.
Yeah, R.I.P. King Robbo for sure.
Does add to the narrative though. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool war. I watched a doco on it. Have you watched a doco on it?
Yeah, I've watched it.
It's so cool. It's really cool. But like, there's actually this artist called I think it's Blair Lerat, and
he copied
Bleak Lerat, and they say that like Banksy copied his whole flow.
Oh, okay.
Like with the rats and the
I thought it was the other way around.
No. Banksy copied him.
Oh.
So like there's so many similarities in their art, like in the storytelling and everything. But what I find interesting with artists, right, there's so many artists all have the same shit. Like, you know, there's always going to be the same stuff coming out. Fucking pictures of Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, like it's always going to be somewhat similar unless it's like abstract. But it's simply taking something from artists and then making it your own. And eventually what happens is that then if you create a vibe around it, and it then becomes your brand, and you sort of carry the torch on. So that's how like the guy that he said that stole off it, how he sees it is that he's inspired the next artist, because nothing is really someone's. It's just, you just take what you've learned from those artists and then you carry it on. And that's like something that I've taken into consideration, because I reference like Keith Haring and John Michael Basquiat and my art pieces, and those are my two favorite artists of all time, and they got me into art. So I just feel like somewhat drawn to like be that sort of way. And I always felt bad because I was always like, fuck, is this too close to home? But yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who are actually in the art world or understand the basic artists like Basquiat can see the references in a day. And I do love that sort of childlike. It took me a while to sort of like, you know, sometimes when you look at art and you always say art's subjective, but I remember looking at his stuff very early on, and I remember his painting selling for like $110 million, like maybe, was that like 10 years ago now or something like that? And it was sort of the first time I heard of him. But then when I saw that photo and saw all his references, you sort of see it everywhere, and you hear Kanye West reference him, you hear Jay-Z reference him. So we've watched that doco on him. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and
I wish I had more.
Yeah, because there's not too many documentaries or like interviews with him. I've watched them all like countless times, but I think the special thing for me, I remember when I went to him and Keith Haring's art exhibition, and it was like fucking, I think I was in a room with over $1 billion worth of art at one stage, and I was just looking around, and like it was pretty cool to just see this art could bring so many strangers together. And then also when you go through the gift shop, there's all these books, all these t-shirts, all these different mugs and all the shit. And I was thinking to myself, like, I feel like that would be the pinnacle of being an artist, is like creating something for someone that allows you to like pass it on, you know, not just something like you'll create like a picture, you might draw like Michael Jordan, and then, you know, you pass away and you go hand it to your niece, and then your niece is like, well, what's like, you know what I mean? Unless it's done by like, so it's like, I that's what I strive for, to create something that you're going to pass down to your family members or whatever it may be, and it holds its value and holds its like wealth of like knowledge and shit.
Yeah, I went to MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York. That was cool. That was like 6 stories high, but it's like art's moving in so many directions right now. Like obviously, like there's that mad appreciation for like painting, but then there's a lot of digital art that's coming out, and obviously NFT and blockchain. So it was a combination of everything. There was like random sculptures, and kind of like that thing that Virgil says about cans. It was just random cans piled up. So like he said in that, it's a pretty cool quote that he said, if you put a can in a garage, Like people just see it as a can, but you put it in a museum, people see it as art.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that. Like once you're in that sort of environment of a museum, especially in the middle of New York City, you sort of look around like, oh, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And I reckon if you take that, like, what do you call it? Like analogy?
Yeah.
To other things, like other aspects, and like with like, you know, it might be like sports players, it might be, you know, human beings. Like if you change your environment, like a lot of things can change for you. You know what I mean?
Oh, I was thinking of that the other day in sports analogy. So I was thinking like, if you think of a very good rugby league player here, if you put him in that same skill set in most places in the other parts of the world, he's not able to monetize that. Like he's able to monetize it great through New South Wales and Queensland, maybe a little bit in England, maybe a little bit in France. Yeah. But you put him in Perth, that skill set's not even valuable down there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the same country, it's just on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
So putting yourself in the right place. I had a Basquiat die, I can't remember. Did you drug overdose?
Yeah, it was a heroin overdose.
Sad.
Drugs, man. Fucked up.
Do you feel like the best artists are sad artists?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like who's an optimistic artist?
An optimistic artist would be. Oh, there's this guy. I think his name's like Mr. like Doodle or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him. He like drew like so. This guy used to like sit outside on the street and like try and sell his doodles. Like, I don't like calling them doodles. Actually, are
they kind of like the outline of the person and they're like holding up stuff?
No, it's just like squiggles and like little characters and stuff. But it all sort of coincides. Like it's like a puzzle, but like it looks pretty cool. But so he would try and sell these drawings for like $7 and stuff like that. And then something happened like a year later, literally a year later from this certain thing happening. The guy selling them between $5 to $1 million, like collaborating with like Nike, and he even painted his whole house, not just the actual house, but inside with all its furniture, everything is like these designs, black and white. I'll send it to you.
Actually, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that guy. I think you sent it. I think you sent it to me initially, but yeah, it's arts. Yeah, it's a cool thing, man. So I've got an art exhibition coming up on the 29th of Feb.
Is it an open invite or?
Yeah. It's an open invite, so anyone's welcome to come. I would appreciate and love the support. So it's at the Hobbs Gallery. It's around the corner, fucking in Alexandria or some shit.
Oh, it's around here.
Yeah. I'll put the more details on my story. But if you guys are free, by all means, come down. And yeah, it should be a good night. It's a bit surreal actually. So.
Good to have Norms on the show yesterday. Got a couple shows planned out for the next couple of weeks. Chico's going to jump on, but yeah, Norm's off on holiday next week.
And isn't going away today. Yeah, isn't he? Like, is he working tomorrow?
Nah, it's public holiday.
Oh, do you guys celebrate Australia Day?
No, I'll be at work.
Shit makes me sick, man. I'll be in the city. Nah. Yeah, no, Normie's going up to the Goldie, but he's going to Bali, isn't he?
Yeah, Normie's up there for nines and he's Bali next week. When he told me he was going to go to Bali, I was like, oh yeah, just make sure you put your leave in with Tash. He's like, what's that? And I go, oh, you get like 4 weeks leave a year that are paid, and then after that, like if you go on holiday, like that's on you. He's like, what?
Yeah, well, that's nice. Go to Bali with the missus.
Yeah. Lucky for some. 3 weeks work, straight into a holiday. All right, guys, a bit of a topic today. We've got a couple different ones from NRL fits all the way down to relationships and cock gazing, which is something that Simi sent through as well. First off, there was a clip from the Warriors, and obviously Jackson taking some content from YKTR Sports back in the day, and he had a filming with Luke Metcalf, and he talked about the players should be doing, there should be a fit round where people, or the players can walk through tunnels and wear whatever they want. We've been talking about this for a while. What's your thoughts on it?
Mate, I think it's an amazing idea. I think there's a lot of money to be made in that certain space. A lot of, I think as well, what happens is when you can like take one industry and mix it in with like something else, then you can bring new eyes to the game. Like, so like people in the fashion industry, like, you know, it's going to be all over the magazines, newspapers. So a lot of people that are into fashion are going to be having a look at like certain stuff like this. So I think it's a great idea.
They should tie it in with Fashion Week, eh? Like when is that?
Fashion Week.
Is that mid-year?
I'm not too sure. Melbourne Fashion Week is like in Feb sometime. So I think Sydney Fashion Week might be a couple of months after or something.
But the thing is, like, a lot of people wouldn't actually even care about like which clothes they wear. Like, I think about a lot of the NRL boys that I played with. Not too many of them actually cared about what they wore. They always rock in and give that Tim Duncan vibe, eh?
Yeah. Well, I think if you were to look at it, like, if the NRL were like, okay, how can we monetize this? I think maybe each club could have like an amount of like 5 different brands that the players can work with that they pay to sponsor them, and then each player can pick like a certain amount, and then the clothing brand has to pay the club or the NRL a fee to be able to be, you know. But then it takes away from, you know, the creativity and fashion per player. But that's just business wise. That's just me just yabbering on again.
I can't see it happening. I just obviously been around that circle for a while and understand how many hierarchies and circles that you have to go through. Bro, think about the NRL, like it's been built on like a blue collar foundation and background, but predominantly like a lot of the boys that started the game were predominantly white. So they build the game around rock shows and like, you know what I mean? Like the players now, it's predominantly like brown. There's Polynesians, there's Indigenous boys, there's Māori boys.
That brown sugar.
Island. Yeah, it's like 60-70% of the competition. And they're not really into rock music anymore. They're into like drill music. They're into country music.
Yeah,
they
rap,
paint their
R&B,
nails, like rap, R&B. The narrative of sports has changed so much. And I was looking at...
It's a real shame.
I don't know. I think it'll hit that way eventually, but you just got to get all the old heads out. Like, if you look at radio, there's people from 50 to 60 that are on radio and they do well. If you look at TV, all the big TV shows in the rugby league space are like 40 to 50 year olds, and they'll move into that 60 year old bracket. A lot of the best podcasts are between that 35 to 45 year old. You know, there needs to be younger eyes on the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Or someone who's got a knack for seeing what's coming. So I don't know. I can't see it happening anytime soon, but it would be cool if it did.
Well, I think the conversation's been had, and I know that the Warriors have some pretty cool stuff happening, which is like, it's interesting because, you know, like obviously Jacko's been there and conversations have been had, you know. So it's like for what they've been able to achieve and then the collaborations that they have coming up and the media stuff that they've been doing, I'm like, bro, what are other clubs actually doing, man?
Yeah,
like,
Jackson's a smart one in that one. He understands the narrative of it, but there's something cool happening with the Warriors getting announced pretty soon.
Yeah.
Which they'll be the first people to do it, but it'll be a bit of a game changer. So it was sick. He got the idea from over in New York, and then they'll do well. It's a smart move by both parties.
For sure. 100%.
It's not us. It's not us.
100%. I'll do well.
Yeah. So
But like, don't you like how cool would it? Like, it's just so annoying that NRL teams haven't been doing this stuff.
Bro, like I said, bro, it's like older.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Old white dudes run the game. You know
and I think it's well because Jackson's got his ears close with the owner.
To gossip.
Close with the owner, so
yeah, for sure. He's in tight with there. I'm heading over there in 2 weeks, so got to interview a few of the Warriors boys, which I'm pretty excited about.
I might be over there, but I've got security, so you won't be able to be too close to me.
You will be carrying on with security too. Your fight announced? Nah.
No, not yet. No, but the paperwork's all there. Probably sign it today.
What's the cut? Back to the Iceman.
Uppercut.
All right. We're gonna pick 3 of our best players from the NRL who think on Fashion Week would kill it. Do you got your 3?
Wait, did you say 3 or you said 5?
I said 5, but okay. I don't know if are you prepared?
Oh yeah, you just said You didn't say just that. Like there was a couple of things. All right, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go top 5.
No. We're gonna draft it. So
okay,
if I pick one, you got the other one.
Cool.
But here's a reference: 5 coolest NRL guys with a reason attached to it, and obviously fashion, riz, and marketing opportunities. So you can explain why each person will go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Scissors. Thank you. Number 1 draft pick. Number 1 in the field, number 1 in your hearts. Kalen Ponga. Still think he's the coolest guy in rugby. Still think
Fell straight into my trap.
Still think he's the coolest guy in rugby league, the way he plays football, the way he carries himself. Reigning Dally M, maybe a little bit controversial with the Sean Johnson scenario, but I think he's been the coolest for a long time, and I think he plays in the coolest way. Marketing opportunities, obviously signed up with Nike, but you could roll him into any golf opportunities. Anything he wanted to do, it's up to him. Currently the highest paid NRL player in the game, number one.
Beautiful. I love your take, and I couldn't agree with you more.
Was he on your list?
Yeah, he was.
One?
No, number 4. My number 1 pick is, and I've always said this, is my boy Jordan Ricky. It speaks for himself. Sex sells. I'm not gonna lie, sex sells. He's a good-looking man. I'm going straight off the social media side of things. He's a beast on social media, beast on the field. Marketing-wise, he can literally sign with anyone. I don't think he actually has
an agency,
an agency or many like big deals like Nike going on. But I think
that's weird. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's like I know he's quite a humble guy, and obviously he'd have deals, behind closed doors that we may not know about. But I feel like he would be the type of guy that you've got like a New Balance boots and something. You got someone doing sprints on a fucking magazine or something. You got his kid off like running at the front, bro. I'm going off like he is just sexy as fuck, and he's a good player, and he's young as well, bro. And I think, and he's big. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't speak for someone. Like he's so fucking hot, bro. I can't.
Do you know a couple marketing things I could see him doing? Remember back in New Zealand, they used to do those toffee pop ads.
Yeah.
Carlos Spencer and Dan Carter done it. Bro, he could be the next toffee pops guy.
Well, even with like fucking what's his name, Sonny Bill with Pepsi back in the day.
Oh, for sure, that was big time.
Even by just even like sporting brands and stuff like that, he's such a missed opportunity as well.
Yeah.
He'd be the what's his name, Travis Kelce of the NRL.
You reckon?
For sure. Like marketing wise, bro.
Oh, I could see him doing some like Rexona.
Yeah.
Like coming out the shower, doing the slow motion.
Yeah.
Links Africa, get ready for Christmas. Back in New Zealand.
He's a beast.
All right, number 2 for me, I'm going heading out west to the foot of the mountains. I want to go Nathan Cleary. I think, in my mind, best player in the game. Obviously dating Mary Fowler right now, so the marketing opportunities that come from the Posh and Beck sort of style. Dating a chick from PNG. PNG is the national sport in PNG is actually rugby league, so that demographic's going to come over and follow him. But I think he's just kind of got that squeaky clean look with a little bit of bad boy in there. We could have him selling Rolexes or selling Drink West.
Yeah, Drink West, yeah. That's a good pick.
Kalen, Nathan, diverse too.
I'm going number 2 pick. I've got to change it up here. Shit. I don't know how to pick on this one. I mean, I'm going Josh Adokar. Speed, man. Speed sells, I think he is probably the most marketable player, probably the most well-known player in the NRL, apart from Cleary. He has got some amazing businesses that he started.
He's already started, eh? He's already moving.
The clothing's doing really well. And then also he's started a subscription/ticket purchasing thing. I don't know if you've seen it, the Bentley giveaway and stuff. I'm pretty sure he has ownership in that.
Oh, smart.
Or he's getting paid fucking boatloads, but I know that it's just started, and I think he would be the type of person that would jump on board as a partner more so than just doing it as like a sponsorship opportunity.
Yeah, I think Adokar's smart enough business-wise to be maximising his leverage right now to take little clips and equity and stuff like that. And everyone's sort of copying that Adrian Portelli's business model where they're doing all the giveaways, but that dude's loaded, so they're just trying to get a piece of that pie.
Yeah, for sure.
That was your 2?
Yeah, there's one.
All right, my number 3, I'm going to go Reece Walsh. Is he on your list?
No.
Same thing, obviously. Probably, would he be the second best looking in the comp?
It's hard to say.
He's got more following. He's got a bit of bigger following than New South Wales Origin side. So I think in terms of marketing capability, I think he's right up there. I think with Kalen's like super laid back. So I don't think he wants to do too many things. But bro, I look at Reece and obviously good looking dude. The way he plays football, he's in a big market. He plays at Suncorp. They're getting Friday night games most weeks. Probably going to play Origin. Probably going to play rep football. And a nice little touch on that, he's a dad. He loves to be a dad and obviously, we got to meet him a couple of years ago when he was just about to have his baby, but he looks like he's a great dad too. So in terms of marketing opportunities,
he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He could
he ticks all the boxes.
He could have been the one. He could have been the one.
He's the one. There's so many ones. It's not even funny.
Yeah, very fullbacky.
Beautiful pick, guys. So my last one. We'll just do 3.
Could you push it out to 5 or already picked?
Oh no, I could. Yeah, I could push it out to 5. I'll just have to add one more person. I'm going number 3, Ronaldo.
Mulatalo.
I mean, it's in the name itself, but I think he is an amazing player. He is obviously of Islander descent. I think there's so many Islanders that play the game. I think he goes out of his way to do a lot of work on outside of the field, and I think he's marketable with Islanders. I think, you know what I mean. So he's the biggest Islander star, I reckon, in the game right now.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else do you reckon?
Islander.
Like when people think of Islander players,
I think Jerome Luai, Brian To'o, and Stephen Crichton.
Yeah, but
that's when I think of Islanders that are.
I'm talking about from New Zealand.
Jerome Moldy.
Are they Islanders?
Yeah, proud as. Number 4, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to go Paddy Carrigan. I just think the way he carries himself, I think he could roll into any type of Australian type of branding. It could be Bundaberg Rum. It could be 4X. I seen Bloke in the Bar do that fake sort of cologne around him. I could see him doing something like that. And probably sponsored by someone like R.M. Williams, which he might already be. So sort of gives that country vibe. I think the way that he carries himself as a leader. I like hearing him talk. I like hearing him speak on the field. And probably going to be Broncos captain, Queensland captain, and potentially Australian captain too. So I just think there's marketing opportunities. As one of the coolest guys in rugby league, I think he's right up there.
Damn, I've picked my whole list on looks. And that's all that matters. Looks and speed. I'm going to go Jason Saab, number 4. I just think he's a beautiful athlete, amazing athlete. Watched him box as well.
Is he right boxing?
Yeah, actually it was really good.
He's got some range, eh?
It's just because he's fast, bro. Fast as and long. So definitely could see him earning some nice bunts on the off-season boxing for No Limit for sure. He did that on the undercover, but I think he's just an amazing talent, and I think so easy to market, like just breaks games wide open. If I was a brand owner, like I would definitely be chucking boots on that kid.
What's just Nike? So he'd be doing all the running sort of stuff, running, boxing. Those are his sort of opportunities, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
All right, my last one. Honorable mention, Tristan Saylor. He would have been up there. I think he's one of the vibiest dudes in the comp. He's into art. He's into reading. He's into red wine. I just think he's cool. But gonna get sniped by Israel Man. With the way he plays the game, very Bronco-y, my team. But I think it's fucking cool. The way he plays the game, the way he can put on shots, scoring a Hattie in the GF, marketing opportunities. Is he Torres Strait too? Sort of tap into that market.
I wish they won for that.
I think after Munster's done, he just rolls into Queensland and he's the new 6. I think it's obvious for me. So
he's a freak.
Vibey, like the way he sort of dresses, he carries himself a little bit.
He wore shorts to their end of year thing.
You got to have confidence to do that, and he's got it. You can see the way he plays, and that transfers into marketing. So
like a cooler version of Chico when he back in those days. Like he does what Chico.
Yeah, that's my vibe. That's my vibe.
Yeah, fair play. What was I on? That was number 4.
You got one more.
Because you took someone off my board, I think I'm gonna have to go. It's a hard one. It's a really hard one. I'm not too sure actually. Can't really think of one at the top of my head.
Mine will pump yous anyway. My 5.
Nah.
Jordan Ricky again.
Oh no, Mitch Moses.
Ooh, bit of a different one.
Yeah, I go Mitchy.
Tap into that Lebanese market.
Lebanese power market's massive.
That is huge. Good shout.
And also, I know his family have a very successful business off the field. So I feel like, like he's
Corporate.
as. I even heard whispers of him potentially looking to invest in the club when he finishes.
He got that type of coin. All right, bit of a random one here. So let us know in the comments who you think won that sort of competition. Bit of a random.
Wasn't a competition. I thought it was just outtakes. Okay. I didn't know it was a competition. I would have spent more time on it.
Cock gazing. We actually didn't realize this is a thing. This comes from Zoe Marshall's podcast, The Deep. So we're going to roll into a video here. Hopefully it works.
Where we lather the penis in milk and honey and rose oil and rose petals and say beautiful things to it. You can also do cock gazing, so just looking and watching the testes move and really appreciating how beautiful it is, and then saying things to it that just you channel, that you just see and you feel about the penis. And while you're doing that, you can pour this yummy milk libation over it.
When you think you've seen it all, the internet comes through and delivers something different. Cock gazing. Thoughts on it? Are you into it? Would you do it?
I want to know what this milk's about. I mean, you know me. I'm a horny bugger from way back. So am I going to say no? No. It's a maybe for me. It always is a maybe, but it just depends on like what I'm looking like at the time. Am I just, right now I'm in like 60% good nick. So like, maybe, pull up a chair. Am I eating at the time? Am I drinking? Am I just sitting there naked and you're, gazing?
What's the technique? Are you standing up? Or
like,
you
I reckon
down?
it's like this. Like, I reckon it's sort of like you got your legs spread and you're sort of sitting down.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. Is it up to her or is it up to me?
You'd have to be.
Or
up to her,
are you turning backwards and she's gazing from behind? Those are the naughty ones. But if it's me, I'd be open to it if that's what she's into. But the milk, is that actual like cow's milk or like oat milk or? Because you got to think about afterwards. Are you sitting in the bath though? It's horny. It's very horny.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
I think they had a title as cock worshipping. So.
Can we play it one more time?
Yeah, let's wind that back. Here we go.
We lather the penis in milk and honey and rose oil and rose petals and say beautiful things to it. You can also do cock gazing, so just looking and watching the testes move. And
would that wig you out, the cock gazing part?
But nah, that's sweet. Bit disrespectful calling it testes, but
that's a
sort of a punching bag.
That's a scientific name though, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, the milk, the honey, the rose petals, that's a lot of admin right there. And it becomes sticky. You know what I mean?
Do you reckon...
What happens after the gazing?
That's what I'm asking. So after they gaze, is that like a form of foreplay that is leading into something? It'd be hard, imagine if that was it, and then you just had to...
You'll have to let us know.
You're celibate in the share, apparently. Yeah.
I'm celibate, so there's no gazing for me. I mean, this might be... Does this count as sexual intercourse?
I think you have to be touching for it to be classed as sexual intercourse.
So then I could have my cock gazed upon.
Good.
Glory.
It's a loophole, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so many loopholes, actually. Like, is phone sex considered...
Sexual intercourse? No, I wouldn't say so. It's very Christian-y, you know what I mean? If like people that actually don't have sex before they get married and they want to worship. That's weird.
The milk and the honey and the rose petals and stuff.
I think she says rose oil.
She said like lathers.
Just rolling through Harris Farm, checking out the basket. What are you up to?
What are you up to with your sea salts?
Really appreciating how beautiful it is. And then saying things to it that just you channel, that you just see and you feel about the penis. And while you're doing that, you can pour this yummy milk libation over it.
I actually I respect her. You know, would I be happy with someone gazing upon my penis? Yes, I would be happy with it. Like not willy nilly, like a random person. Like, you know, maybe we've been in a relationship for a couple of years. Not like, I don't know, man. See, like, she's not too, like, she's actually quite cute, you know?
Mm.
And she seems quite happy about it. Like, she seems very interested to worship.
Yeah, parked up in the passengers in the car too.
She's about to go run into the shops or something, you know? Like, I just think it's one of those things, you know, that we won't know until we try.
Yeah.
So
Might have to get someone in the office to try it and report back.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Normie hasn't done it already, the horny bugger.
Hey, Norm's coming here for a second. Can you try this? So, cock gazing, yes, no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'd be happy, more than happy to do it. I'd do it right now here with you.
Still trying to figure out if he's into girls or guys. All right, last one here. I haven't seen this clip here, but $1 million bear. So let's just run the clip right now and head back.
Social media is destroying everything. Just look at this guy who went viral for the dumbest thing possible.
Carson King thought he'd get a few laughs.
Just kind of thought it was a joke.
And maybe even a few bucks on ESPN's College Game Day with a sign asking for beer money, along with his actual Venmo account. The money started pouring in.
I had people from Texas, Idaho, California, Massachusetts.
All told, King raised more than $1 million. This guy got $1 million for beer. Are you kidding me? All he did was hold up a sign.
That's it, I
This
think.
guy does it on TV and he's a hero. But when I held up a sign demanding money, all of a sudden I'm a bank robber and I...
No, they don't.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah, crazy. So obviously a guy was on TV, like someone being on Sunrise, and in the background had his Venmo account working up.
Yeah.
So $1 million, that's crazy. Do you reckon you have to give? Would you just take it? Like, you would?
For sure.
I reckon the public pressure that'll come from that story.
No, because it's like it's
I get that, but everyone will be like, oh, blah blah blah. You know, you gotta.
maybe in Australia because everyone's haters here, but in America they love that shit.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Like for everyone to send over $1 million for beer money just shows you. If we did that, it'd be on the Daily Mail. This cheapskate, you know what I mean? Like,
There's I was listening to this thing the other day. There's these people that they've kind of caught on to it now, but people were driving around in a fake just married cars.
Oh,
and
really?
They had their Venmo and their numbers attached to it as well. So
oh, that's ugly.
yeah, they were driving around and windows were tinted, but they were going through all these towns and these little small country towns, and people were going sending money through.
Sorry,
Something I
that's
can see you
fucked.
doing.
Nah, maybe not that. Maybe for the beer money I would do for sure, but I'll never get married, so it's probably will never happen to me.
That's the thing. They weren't married.
Yeah, but
They were
I would
faking
do it I'd do it the beer way. You know?
Yeah, that's good. All right. Last one is I got a bit of a blog here talking about a couple different things of relationship hacks that I'm going to read to you. You can let me know if they can work or not. So number one, make deciding a game instead of a chore. So they're playing a 5-3-1. When you're deciding where to eat and what movie to watch, and you're both into it, person A names 5 things. Person B eliminates 2 of them, and then person A eliminates the other 2, and the one that's left is the one that you go to. Do you reckon that works?
Oh, no.
Don't work?
No, it's too many T's and C's.
So we'll go, all right, we're going to dinner. Here's 5 places. You pick the 5. I'll get rid of 2. You get rid of 2. The last one is where we go.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Nah. I'd just say, like, you got this time, I'll get next time, or, you know what I mean? Like, you pick this one, and I'll pick next one. Or if your girlfriend's indecisive, or...
That's a big one, bro, the indecisive girlfriend. This is who it's for.
No, what you do, right, is you get your missus in the car, and then you go... Like, so this is a win-win for men as well. So it feels like you care. So you jump into the car and you go, oh, like, you're inside, you go, oh, like, let's go in the car, we're going somewhere. And they're like, oh my God, no, I don't want to go anywhere, no. And then you're like, come on, get your clothes on, you naughty cunt. Get your clothes on. Get your clothes on, hurry up. So she runs to the car. She runs to the car and like you guys are super excited and you're like, guess where we're going? And she's like, I don't know. And you're like, guess. And she's like, oh, like Nando's or something. And you're like, yes, we're going to Nando's. How did you know? You know me too well. She's like, oh my God, I love Nando's. Oh my God. And then you just go to Nando's. So it's like.
Does that work? You try that?
Well, I mean, I'd love to, but I'm single. So if there's anyone out there, man, I thought you would have had like a little McFlurry of shorties here that were like potentially like interested.
That's a good idea, though.
I'd do a blind date thing. Like, say for example, if we like put it out there, and you're like, hey, like we're searching for like a single female that would be interested to get, open to get recorded on a blind date. And then we set it up at like a restaurant or something.
100. Do you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Let's do it. Simi finds wife.
I wouldn't say wife. We won't throw that out there like that. But
The dub word.
maybe something a little bit naughty.
I think this
a little bit gazy.
I think this one's a good one. Talk about the good stuff first. So institute a rule when they get home from work. Talk about the good things first. Because when you're sitting at home, you're like, oh, how was your day? And naturally people just fall into like, oh. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's like kind of a good rule. Do you think that works?
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea for sure. Yeah, I think that's definitely necessary. I think the rule applies, when you sort of go into your workspace and you sort of just try and keep your outside world like on the outside, and I think that would apply when you go home as well.
Because I think naturally as humans, we just naturally complain about like, you know what I mean?
Especially if you've got like a stay-at-home wife as well. She's just been at home with the kids all day. She's excited to see you. You come home, you've probably had a few beers.
Is she excited to see you or excited to hand the kids off?
No, it
Both.
depends if you how you look at it.
Just have a break. Yeah, she'd be excited to have a break.
She might be excited to just see you because she's just been talking to her kids all day. Like,
yeah, that's a big one.
So like she might be excited. So if you come home with that, like, oh, I've had a long day, blah blah blah. Maybe she just wants to gaze.
All right, don't gloat when you're right, and it comes with a poem. To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup. Whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that, eh?
I was hardly ever right.
Always in the wrong.
Yeah. Nah, it's true. But it's a sometimes you got to let them know.
Yeah, where's the balance, eh? Like,
you have to let them know. Like, especially if you're with a strong-willed girl, you have to sort of try and chip away at that, like,
confidence,
that strength and that confidence, like you.
I didn't do that.
Like you used to do.
Resist the urge to correct your partner. So, pretty easy one. That's for me. That's kind of hard to do because, like, factually.
Yeah. You're very factual, which is fair enough. Me, I'll like
just happy to let it go.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Like if it's wrong, I'll just go. No, I can't sit on that. I'm like, no, that's wrong. And it could be about the most
You're like,
random shit.
How so? And they're like, oh, like that doesn't matter. Like I just heard fucking Jenny from the block tell me. You're like, bro, Jenny is wrong. It's always their friends whispering, fucking sweet nothings. But yeah, no, the happy wife, happy life, man.
Collaborated a long list of things.
But if you let it go, like your partner thinks that you're a bitch.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And then they end up getting away with shit.
I think you just got to
pull the lead a little bit.
I think you just got to just pick your battles, eh? Like if you argue on everything, you'll be arguing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's really tough. I think as a man, the best thing you can do, and this is what I've only just realized in my year of being single, sober, celibate. To -2. I think what I've learned is when you say less, right, and you don't argue about the small things, and then when it is time to speak or like you do have like a little disagreement, it's then looked upon as like with a lot more like backing, like your partner looks at it more so like, okay, he's serious, you know what I mean? Because you do pick your battles, you don't just bark at everything. You don't argue about everything. You're just nice and calm. So then when you do decide to
come in.
then it's like, oh, okay, like it's serious. So
I heard this old guy say one time, it's like you can't have two angry people at the same time. So if one's angry, the other one's got to stay calm.
do you like to fix things like straight away?
Yeah, I copped like the silent treatment of doom over the Christmas break, and
Oh,
I sort of got to the point where I was just like, just let me know we're all fucked up, so we can sort of move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but like say like back in the day when we were in a relationship, but say me and you used to argue, like I used to just push you to the side, and I was like, oh fuck, I'll deal with it later. It depends.
I pushed you to the side.
I pushed you to the side.
I was already there, just chilling.
Just waiting for a call into the office. But I went to Jay Shetty, and he done a live podcast sort of show thing, and he talked about there's 3 different types of people. There's like the anxious person that wants to fix it straight away. It's like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? The other one was like the angry person who kind of wants to like fight. So him and his partner, that was their 2 different differences. And the other one was the person that needed like time away. So he was like, let's go, let me fix it. Fucking Jay Shetty, the relationship expert, let me fix it. And then she would want to fight, so she'd want to argue at the same time. So he'll be saying it, and then she'll be like, nah, like let me argue with you first.
Yeah.
I've got some shit I want to get off my chest.
Yeah.
And what they sort of come to as an agreement was like, if we're angry at each other, like 48 hours is the other one. Let's meet after 24 hours, and then in that time we can like fix it. And I thought it was a good way to sort of wrap it up in a good sort of framework, and also understanding what your partner's like, how they argue and like how you love and sort of stuff like that's like kind of important too.
Yeah. It's so scary, man. Fuck, it's scary, eh?
Yeah.
Couldn't do it again. Can't do it again. So scary, man. It's so scary. I get like flashbacks about driving home and
knowing you're in trouble.
oh, bro.
You know when you're in trouble from a new principal rings home from school? That's the slowest walk home ever.
Those were the worst, man. Have you ever, my first heist would have been about 7-8 years old when I was stealing the report cards from, making sure that they didn't find them.
How often do report cards come out? Twice a year.
I was so naughty in school. I was getting G's.
What were you like as a kid?
Oh, I was naughty, man. I was naughty, eh? I was naughty as.
Fuck, I had to do well in everything. Eh? My parents, like, you have to do well in school, you have to do well in sports.
Yeah.
Have to use your manners, have to do this.
I just had when I always forget to say this, like, my family was like a good family. Or am I just like backing up a shit situation? But like, it was just such a bad environment, bro, that you couldn't succeed at it. Like,
are you talking about like your suburb in your area?
No, just
or
like
just at home?
suburb. Well, yeah, suburb area, home. But like, I think it just all starts from home, like, but mostly home. Like you just, always family, always drinking every day, getting hidings every day, fucking, aunties knocking on your door. Like, you know what I mean, bro? Like, fighting street fights every day, like, walking to school, like, just getting in trouble all the time, like.
I remember this family behind me, bro. They used to always, like, it was our house here, and there was a family there, and they always used to get on the piss and always end up in fights. And I just remember like lying in bed and just like hearing all the fights, and I just thinking like, fuck, I'm like, lucky I'm in this house. I used to always think that.
Yeah.
And it was like every weekend.
We live next door to each other. No, but I remember one time. Yeah, like just one time. Like my dad used to get me to get us to fight the other kids, but they'd be older than us. Yeah, it was just a hard fucking, so I'm excited to go back for my fight back there, with like,
Who's your dad putting you up against?
Him, no. Yeah, so it'd be cool to go back. I'm gonna go back to where I grew up, go back to where I used to kick it. But yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be nice. Such a weird thing, man. Oh, it's dawned on me like recently, actually.
that you're going to be heading home?
Yeah. Like I haven't really been home much, so I will have security too. I got that thing on me too, so don't try to run up to me and be a wise guy.
Someone will try, especially
Yeah,
ourselves.
like an oath, man. That's what I was saying I was like, nah, I want security.
All right, bro. 50 minutes. I think that's a wrap for us today. Bro, thanks for jumping on. Anything you want to wrap up with?
No, nothing much, man.
Bit of a different vibe today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A bit more thought out, articulate.
Yeah, it was nice.
A few scat moments in there, as you do.
Yeah, the 29th of Feb. If you guys are free, I'll have the information on my Instagram, but I would love for anyone to come through, rock up, potentially get a piece, but we've been hustling for this for the last 4 years, man, 3 years. So,
bro, it is exciting for you to get recognised, like in a national art, like that stuff's exciting, bro. It actually is.
Yeah, I'm like the rookie of the exhibition, and all these guys have been like doing art for years. So, I think it's a testament to like if things go well, like it's just if you believe that you are, then you are, Unless like you're a doctor or something, you want to be a doctor or something like that, then yeah, probably not.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. We've got a guest on next week. We'll start doing phone line stuff as well. I thought that little internet stuff was pretty cool, so we'll do some reaction stuff in the future.
Yeah, what else do you guys want to see? Like comment below what you guys want to see.
Talk about guests who you want to see, what type of content that you want to see. We're happy to do anything. We enjoy making this content. It's fun for us. It's a form of escape for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.